All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for hopping on our Tuesday night Team Zoom. This is Noelle Cruz, Jamie Hughes, and Brooke Phillips, all presidential diamonds, welcoming you. Sorry, I'm a little bit frazzled tonight. I feel like my brain isn't 100% here. But Jamie is actually going to kick us off tonight. And Jamie, you look awesome, by the way.
I just put myself together just for you guys.
Aw, thanks.
No, actually, because I felt really gross. I've been sitting in my grossness for too long. I needed to take a shower. Anyway, so you guys, one of my goals this year was to read a book a month. Still hasn't happened. This is my January book, and look how little it is, and I just finished it today. So I highly recommend getting it. It's a simple book. I honestly just didn't take time to read it. Reading all kinds of other things all the time, but I wanted to read you this quick few pages just because I feel like it's relevant to what we are going through right now. Well, let me read it and then I'll say what I'm thinking. Okay, the book is, he talks about tipping the scales in your favor. So we have two sides of the scales. The side that with all the stuff that you don't want and the side that you do want. And so you're wanting to put things into the side that you do want. So he says, I have, is everybody muted? No. Okay. He says, I've watched highly successful people for years to see if they all possessed one common secret for their success. Who would not want to know? Over time, and as I applied my own tipping of the scales mythology, one success habit did emerge among the successful people I studied. The secret can be found in nature. Here it is. Highly successful people first sow, then cultivate, then finally reap. It is a 1, 2, 3 success process that they always employ. They do not try to change the order or try to speed things along. They know that reaping comes after the sowing and after the cultivating. They simply apply the principle over and over and over. I have heard luck defined as what happens when preparation meets opportunity. To be prepared is to have sown the right seeds and to have cared for it properly. In this analogy, with proper sun, water, soil, weeding, etc., and then comes the crop. If you sow seeds, cultivate it well, is the harvest pretty much not inevitable? The great writer Ralph Waldo Emerson used to say, do the thing and you will have the power. What does that mean? Suppose you are in a cabin high up in the mountains and the room is freezing cold. You need heat and you need it now. Would you say to the fireplace, give me some heat and then I'll give you some wood? Of course you wouldn't say that. How utterly foolish. It doesn't work that way. I'll give you wood once you give me some heat. That's funny. I mean, nobody would even think that has a chance of working, right? Yet how many times do we meet people who think society owes them something? Or they feel they should be able to live like the Joneses across the street without having the same level of income. Or they feel angry because someone else got the job, went on that vacation, has that car, lives in that neighborhood, has that body, and on it goes. In truth, we see it all the time, but under different disguises. I will work harder if you will pay me more. Does that sound familiar? I will remember to do my chores if you will let me play more. How many children follow that line of logic? I will be the person you need me to be if you will give me what I want. Would you want a relationship built on that type of thinking? These are just sorry guys, my kids are being loud in the back. These are just different ways of yelling at the fireplace, give me heat and then I'll give you wood. It does not work that way. The way to get the heat out is to first put in the wood, right? Do the thing and then you'll get the power. Which then means if you want to get paid more, do more, work harder, and move and add more value. If you want to play more, do your chores without me telling you to do it. If you want a great relationship, be the man or woman you want to be. So he says, if it is planting season, then nothing else matters. So with all of that, so some of us have been in this business for all of us on here have been in 5 years or less, if you're on mine and Noelle's team. Some of you have been in a little less time, 3 years. Some of you are brand new. So we're all in the same process all the time of what he said: sowing, cultivating, and reaping. And I would read the rest of it to you. There's more there's a chapter on cultivating and a chapter on reaping and all of that, but you'll have to get the book. Or maybe I'll jump on a live in the page and read to you guys. I could do that. But I just want you guys to remember, like, every single day we've got to be doing something towards our business. You're either sowing seeds, or you're cultivating those relationships, or you're reaping the harvest. And he goes on and talks about how it might not take just a day of talking to people. It might take a week. Can you close my door? I know. I don't have any more. Give her something else. She wants more noodles. It's 5 o'clock. It's dinner time. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind, that you have to be in that mindset every single day of we can't just say, oh, I talked to 50 people today. Now, why am I not harvesting anything? Well, you got to talk to 50 more tomorrow, and the day after that, or whatever your number is. Maybe that's too high for some of you newbies. Maybe that's too low for some of you others. But this just kind of stuck out to me, and I felt like it needed to be talked about today, because I feel like that's where we're at. We're always talking to people, cultivating those relationships, and we reap the harvest of those two things. So anyways, you guys should go get this book.
Yes. And you guys, Joshua Denny is actually one of Chad Kneller's mentors.
Oh, yeah, and he's in here, by the way. Chad Kneller is mentioned in this book. Right here. Okay.
That's awesome. Awesome. Yeah, no, I actually think that was a perfect segment to start out with. And I think that that's very, very applicable, not only to those of us who are veterans, but in particular to those newbies. And you guys have to remember, I think that the most commonly asked question, or the most commonly talked about complaint with my new distributors, really even in their first week, but particularly in their first 2 weeks, is, Noelle, maybe I wasn't cut out to do this business. I'm not very good at this. I'm talking to so many people and everybody ignores me. They stop talking to me, or they're not responding to my messages, or they're completely ignoring my posts. You guys have to remember that those of us that are top earners, those of us that are diamond leaders, we experience the exact same thing you are going through right now. The only difference between you and us is that we did it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. 365 days a year, we posted something on social media, which is opening the doors to our business. 365 days a year, we messaged people. We followed up, and we continued to do these things until these people said, okay, I'm ready. It's not that they don't like you anymore. It's not that they don't support you. It's that they don't know. And if a lot of times when people stop talking to you, when you give them the price, it's because they don't have any money. They're just afraid to tell you they don't have any money. And so that's a conversation that, we will teach you eventually to have. But it's not that you weren't cut out for this business, because honestly, anybody in the world can be successful at this business. It's just a matter of your time and your determination, your consistency, and doing the right steps, which is why you have sponsors and you have leaders that are literally going to give you step-by-step instructions on how to talk to people and how to be successful. It's just going to be a matter of if you utilize the tools that you have, if you utilize the people that are in your pocket. So utilize those people, and you're going to see massive, massive success. But it takes planting those seeds, tending to those seeds, and the harvest will come. But it takes so much time, so much time. Okay, so I'm going to change I gotta switch this over here. All right. I am super, super excited. I had to figure out how to change our view. You guys, I am really, really excited to introduce to you Mary Peralta tonight. She is a triple diamond, and I'm going to let her tell her story, but she is building her business massively in the Latin market. And with this Latin launch that is happening right now, she is just taking her business to a whole nother level. So hi, Mary, how are you?
Hi guys, I'm super excited to be with you guys. You guys are like some of my favorite people. Noelle, you know I love you. You're awesome. And Amy just looks amazing.
She does. She looks hot today. Jamie, you're like, you should go out on a date or something. Like, I feel like your husband should take you out.
Or take like 100 selfies.
It's a good selfie day. It is. This is what we do, you guys. We get all dolled up, and then we put on 15 different shirts, and we take a bunch of pictures, and then we use them for like weeks to come. Just for those of you who are newbies, that's what we actually do. We're not actually dressed every day, by the way. So, Mary, tell everyone who you are and where you're from and your story.
So my name is Mary. I'm a triple diamond with It Works, and I've been with the company since April of 2013. So this coming April is my 5th year anniversary with the business. I'm from California. And this has been like the most amazing journey that like I could have ever taken. And my background is, I used to be an insurance broker. So I used to be in the insurance field. That was my first job fresh out of high school. I started filing and I became good at it. And I was like, you know what? I started seeing how much they were making. So I kind of just stayed there. I got very comfortable. I learned the ropes. I learned what to do there. And I didn't think I was going to stay there past 6 years, but I was there for 12 because I just got so complacent. So there was a time that no matter what I did, I was living paycheck to paycheck. I have a 12-year-old daughter and a 5-year-old daughter. The 12-year-old daughter, I was always stuck at work. No matter what, I was working 10 to 12-hour days every single day. Getting home, I had to do the cooking, the cleaning, and everything that us moms have to do. Like, so hold a job and get home and do all your responsibilities. And when I got pregnant with my second baby, but prior to that, I was at a point, I'm not sure if anybody here still has a job. I was at a point where I was going to work every day and I was so miserable. Everybody from the outside looking in, they thought I was happy. They thought I had it all together. But I would like literally almost cry myself to sleep at night because I was like, God, this is not what I'm meant to do. I was just so frustrated. I would see people like when they said, live your dream and follow your dream, like live your passion, all that stuff. And I was like, what's my passion? What's my dream? What's my purpose? I just felt very lost. So I was at a period where I was very, very confused. And, I feel like God has a funny way of like answering prayers. I got pregnant. I had no idea I was pregnant. I found out I was pregnant when I was 4 months pregnant. At that point, back then, I've always been like, okay, I'm going to diet. I'm going to do this. I'm going to like work out. I was taking like 10 hydroxycut pills a day. And I was like 4 months pregnant with my daughter. And when I found out, I was like, oh my God, Lord, please make my baby be okay. So I ended up with a placenta previa, which was a high-risk pregnancy, and I was bed rested the rest of my pregnancy. I wanted to leave my job so bad, but you know what? And I know this is what happens to everybody. We were a 2-income household, so going to a 1-income household, California is very expensive. There is no way we could live on 1 income, so it was very hard for me to walk away. So I ended up leaving because of the high-risk pregnancy, and I was bed rested. I had the baby. Throughout that time that I was bed rested, I didn't understand that I guess you had to stay in bed. I still wanted to like do my thing and walk around. And I was hospitalized 4 times. I almost lost the baby on 4 different occasions. The last time I went to IKEA because I just thought I was like, hey, I'm so bored from being at home. That night that I went to IKEA, I remember feeling like my water broke. I go to the bathroom and I look in the toilet and there's like gushes of blood. Like, like they just let a hose undone and like it's like gushes of blood. So the ambulance came and picked me up. I got to the hospital and my baby had no heartbeat for like 10 minutes. They couldn't find the heartbeat. And when all the doctors were like rushing towards me, they couldn't find anything, but they didn't want to scare me. They're like, no, it's okay. But I could see it in their faces that they were like, okay, we can't find the heartbeat on this baby. So the baby was finally born. She was okay. She was premature, but she's fine. She was born at 8 months, 4 pounds. So I had like my miracle baby. And then I got the phone call from my boss. My baby was 3 or 4 months old. And he was like, Mary, when are you coming back? And I just felt that pit in my stomach, like, I can't go back. Like, I don't want to go back. And we were struggling so bad, guys. We were like losing our house. We were losing our cars. And my husband got to the point that like, he's like, I know you don't want to go back, but we need another income. Like, there's no way we could survive on my income, or we're going to have to like cut back on, and we had already cut back on so much. It was either we had to downgrade from our home, lose our home that we had like lived in for years, and lose our cars and lose everything we built up to then. If I wanted to, like, you know, if I didn't want to go back to work. So I felt like I have to go back to work. But then I looked at my daughter and I said, no, like, I refuse to go back to work. Like, I need to find something else. And I went to apply at like all kinds of jobs, and everybody wanted to pay me like literally nothing. Like daycare money out here. Daycare out here in California is like $800 for one child. And I was like, what am I going to go work for? How much am I going to like make? So guys, I prayed about it, and I said, you know what, God, please send me something. Now, with that high-risk pregnancy, I also put on 80 pounds because I was depressed, I was in bed, and all I did was eat and sleep, eat and sleep. So I put on 80 pounds. And when I put on the 80 pounds, I'm like very gullible. So if you tell me, Mary, throw some mud on you and you're going to get skinny, I'm going to be rolling in the mud all day, every day. So some friend told me about the wraps. And there was this guy that had been trying to recruit me for years. Like every year he had a different business. And I was like, no, like, you know, I'm not into that. And finally, this friend tells me about the wraps. I called the girl and I told the girl, hey girl, I have like 20 girls for you. Because at the time I was like selling clothes. I was doing everything. I was selling clothes and I'm like, hey, I have 20 girls for you that want a wrap. I don't know if this girl was brand new. She never showed up. She rejected my calls. I had to like literally call her from my husband's phone. I was like chasing her down because I needed to sign up with somebody and I had no distributor. And I always thought like, hey, I had no money to sign up, but I thought like, okay, I'm not going to pay retail. I'm going to just get all the stuff discounted. So finally, this guy that had been after me for like 5 years with all kinds of crazy businesses that I was just not into, he posts a before and after picture. And I'm like, what is that? I want that. And I signed up, never tried the product. I signed up on the spot. I told my husband and he was like, you're crazy. We have no money for our bills. We're losing our house and you want to buy weight loss products? So you guys could only imagine how that conversation went. But because I'm me, I signed up anyways. I took his credit card and I signed myself up. I was like, you know what? It's easier to say sorry than ask for permission. So I'm just going to like say sorry, figure it out later. So then I signed up and I'm like, oh, give me the mini booster. Because they're like, oh, if you get this pack, it has all this. And I was like, oh my God, upgrade me. Like, you know, and then after I had already processed it, I was like, oh my God, what did I do? Like, so at that time, I felt like, you know, my husband is going to kill me when he sees the credit card statement. Like, what did I do? I was like, oh my God, do I cancel? Like, all that fear that we all of us get after we sign up, all that fear came in. So I was like, what do I do? This is what I did, guys. I was like, you know what? I refuse to get a job. I'm going to sell this stuff. Like, it's weight loss products. There's no way I cannot sell it. So I told my mom, I'm going to have a big old wrap party. I invited, guys, I had no friends by the time I joined this business because I was out of high school for a while. You know, when you get married and everything, your sister and your mom and like your babies and your husband, those are your friends. Like, you know, that was my life. I had no friends. So, but I have cousins and I have relatives. So I told my mom, okay, mom, you invite 10 people. I told my sister, you invite 10 people. I'm going to invite 10. And I literally had like 5 people invite 10 people. I'm like, the 10 don't have to show up. But if you invite 10, 2 are going to show up. So if we have 2 from you, 2 from you, 2 from you, we're going to have a big old party. Guys, these people came and did my wrap party. I invited 100 people. So if you guys have a wrap party, you invited 3 and nobody shows up, like, don't complain. I invited over 100 people and I threatened my mom and I threatened my sister and I was like, you don't need to get people to my party. So we had the party. I invited over 100 people again. 25 people showed up. 12 people wrapped. I made $300 in an hour and a half. And because when I signed up and right before I had the party, because I had been praying for so long for something to come my way, I felt like Jesus was like, this is it. Like when I signed up, I felt like this is what I've been waiting for. So I can't waste my time. So I was like, okay. I was like, God, please. Like I signed up and I never tried the wrap. I said, please make this true. Like if this is $25 and people get results in 45 minutes, I pray that like, you know, it does actually work. When I tried it on me, I was like, oh my God, I think I lost like 6 inches, my very first wrap. And I was like, so like, I'm like, you know, and once I like something, I'm super loyal. I will forever like buy your stuff. So guys, that was long story short, kind of like an intro on how I signed up for It Works. Now, I had told my husband when he found out I signed up, because that night of the party, I was like, oh, here, babe, like, here's $300. He's like, what's that for? I was like, oh, well, I kind of signed up for like the wrap thing, and I kind of put it on your credit card, so here's the payment, like, make the payment. He's so like, okay, like, he was like speechless. And I was like, I'm gonna do this. You know how you told me to get a job? I'm gonna do this. And he let me have it. And I was like, look, I don't need you to believe in the company. I don't need you to believe in the products. If you think we're full of crap or whatever, like, oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't say that. Like, if you think like, you know, we're full of it, you believe in me. I was like, I just need you to believe in me right now. Guys, I was a notary. I had a real estate license. I had for life insurance. I had for car insurance. I had all kinds of licenses. It just so happens that the month that I joined It Works was the month that I had to renew my licenses. And this is how serious I was about building, like doing this business. I didn't renew any of my licenses. And if any of you guys have been licensed for any type of like insurance deals, those tests are like a pain in the butt. But I told myself, if I don't make this work, I'm going to go back to the insurance industry, but I'm going to make sure that I make it hard on myself, where I kind of like burn my boats, and like, that's not even an option. I'm not trying to go through all those tests again. So I told my husband, believe in me. Then they told me about the $10,000 bonus. When I signed up, I didn't believe I could get the $10,000 bonus. I signed up to make $500. But then when I saw my very first check, I think I sold $900 worth of wraps that very first month. Once I saw my results, if you got in front of me, and I'm very, very shy, and then I was texting everybody my before and after pictures. I was like, oh my God, girl, like, you have to try this stuff. Like, it was like, I was obsessed with the wrap. So I told him, give me 3 months. Guys, within the 3 months, I just was like ignorance on fire. I went and I told everybody, again, if you got in front of me, you were going to hear about my business. And within 3 months, I got the $10,000 bonus. I remember my check at Diamond was like $2,800. And then Chad was like, I had no idea who Chad was. Up to the 3 months, I had never met Chad. And I never even heard of Chad. So they were like, oh, Mary, this guy wants to talk to you. I was like, oh, who is he? So then they told me, and I was like, I felt all special. And Chad tells me, oh, Mary, like, congratulations, you went diamond. Did you know that if you went double diamond, your check is going to, like, triple? I was like, oh, my God, do you promise? I was like, I will get it done. I was like, what do I need to do? At that point, I didn't know charting. I didn't do anything, because luckily my leaders did all that. My job was to recruit and build and bring in the people. And that's what I did. And they told me where to place everything. So when they told me, you're 9 people away, guys, within 1 week, I had those 9 people. And that very next month, I promoted to double diamond. And then from there, 12 months in, I promoted to triple diamond. Then the following year, my husband, actually, no, the 2 years after, my husband promoted to triple diamond. And then my mom's a diamond, so she was able to retire for a while and then pursue her dream. So it's been an insane, crazy journey. So if you're new, if you're a veteran, wherever you're at in that spectrum, like, this business can literally give you everything you want, like everything you want. Like, I could sit here and tell you guys all day all the blessings that It Works has like done for our family. Every time I sit here, like, sometimes I take the business for granted. I take the life that we have been blessed with for granted. And I look at my baby, and I look at not having to go to work. Like, you guys know about California traffic. You're not trying to drive over here anywhere. And like, I'm like, you know what? I don't have to do everything that everybody has to do. I have to sit at my table and work my business. And, you know, that's kind of like, that's my story. That's how I got started. And it's just been it's been the biggest blessings, the friendships that we've made, the people that I've met, the person that I've become in the process of those 5 years. It's just like, it's crazy, because I was a shy girl. My first leader, I remember I went double diamond. I didn't even know how I went double diamond, but I promoted. Like, I was just like ignorance on fire. I was bringing in the people. I was just so excited. I never concerned myself. I remember I told my leader, okay, what do I have to do? I'm brand new. Like, what do I have to do? He showed me the steps of success sheet. I was like, okay. Within 2 days, I was like, okay, it's done. What do I do now? He's like, do it again. And I was like, okay. And then he told me this. Everybody that you recruit has to do it. So I forced everybody. Like, you need to get 4 customers and 3 distributors. Another thing is, nobody told me how fast or how slow I had to promote. I remember looking at the income chart. And I'm like, okay, so month 1, I have to be ruby. Month 2, I have to be emerald. Month 3, I have to be diamond. Month 4, I have to be double. That's what I thought. I thought every month you have to promote. When I realized, when I got to double diamond and I realized, oh no, that's not how it goes, I stopped myself. Like I literally I was like, oh, I guess you don't do it this way. But that's kind of like how I got started, where I'm at right now.
That's so amazing. Yes, you have to promote every month. Everybody should do that. Promote one time a month, every single month until you get to the very, very top. No, Mary, I absolutely adore your story. And I love that you just started. You had never tried the products. You had no idea what you had your hands on. You were just going off of some pictures that you saw on social media, and you were just ignorance on fire. And I was the exact same way when I started. I saw some pictures on social media. I heard about the business plan. I was like, I know that this business model works. And I started telling everybody I knew about it. I promoted to executive in my first week. Same with you, double diamond in 4 months. And every time I signed somebody, it'd be like, okay, where do I place this person? Where do I place this person? And I just learned as I went. Jamie did the exact same thing. I mean, we have so many people who we just started. We had never tried the products. We jumped right in with both feet. And I think that, honestly, I feel like that is one of the biggest, that's the biggest setbacks for a lot of people is they're like, I need to be a professional in this business. I can't go out and I can't talk to people because I don't have all the answers. Like, how do you teach your team to just start and run with it without knowing all the information?
I feel like with that, when I started, I was ignorance on fire. The more I knew, the less I did. The more information I got, the more professional I got, the less I produced, the less people I recruited. I started just being, giving them too much information, making it too complicated where it just didn't work. So what I do is I tell them when I sign somebody up, because I really got irritated with people not wanting to do an auto ship, like all this stuff. Like, you're a business owner. How can you come in and you don't want to buy from your store? Like, that makes, like Jamie said from the book, that makes absolutely no sense. Like, how can you not have inventory if you're opening up a store? But then again, people don't come in with the mindset of like, I'm a business owner. So there was a period of time where I was recruiting so many people, and these, just to kind of like recruit, because I just wanted to like recruit. And then I was like, you know what? All these customers, I was turning them into distributors. And then after a while, I learned, no, like, you gotta let the customers be, and let people that want to do the business. So now what I tell them, the fastest way for you to build is, number one, get that wrap on yourself. Like, as soon as you sign up, get your list going, get everything going. And you have to wrap yourself. You have to do something. If you can't wrap yourself, put that wrap on somebody. Because I feel like for me, I believed in the product. I believed in the product since day one. Like, I was obsessed with the product because I could not be, I was that girl, guys, like I said, prior to me being pregnant, I paid $300 treatments. I did all kinds of crazy stuff to get skinny. Like, they would vacuum my stuff, some stuff that like would hurt. Like, I would literally pay to go get it paid because I wanted to be thin. And like right now that we're doing like the Latino launch and all that stuff, Hispanic people are very vain and they want to look good. They will pay no matter what to look good. So that was me. So I feel like, you know, for your distributors, make sure that they get on something. Make sure they get on something. Another thing is, I've been in the business almost 5 years. In 2 weeks is going to be 5 years. When I came in, I was obsessed with the wrap, like obsessed. Like, I didn't have to know anything about the wrap because it was just like my excitement. Just imagine somebody coming into your house and being so excited that they lost interest or they got results. You don't care. You want to get the same results. All you want to know is that it works for you. That's it. Like, people buy passion. People buy excitement all the time. This is like an impulse buy. If you're excited, they're excited. If you go, well, I have this wrap, and like it does this, and let me read to you everything that it does, they're not gonna want it. Mm-hmm. If you're like, oh my God, girl, like I did a video today, and I wasn't even gonna do the video like that, and I was like, oh my God, I put on my pants and they're super loose. I literally signed up 3 customers just because I put on my pants and they were super loose. Because people want super loose pants. Like, people want to be excited. People want to lose weight. So for the first years, I was obsessed with the wrap. After the second year and third year, and this is for like the veterans, you guys might not be obsessed with your product because you might not be taking your product. Like, you might not be as consistent as you were in the beginning. When I came in, something that I left out, I lost 15 pounds within my very first month. I lost 30 pounds within my very first 90 days. And then, so I did my 90-day challenge for myself. And then within 6 months, I was down 42 pounds. I became, like, I fell in love with, and like skinny pack and greens was like my go-to. Every single person that I spoke to had to be on skinny pack and greens. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden I promoted to triple, right? And then Mary has never had this kind of money. And then Mary likes to go buy food and do all these things. Mary's too cool to use her products now. So the greens is something, because I had chronic migraines, the greens is something that I take all the time, but I kind of forgot to use the other products. I was just lazy. Like, and I would tell people, like, if you don't have 5 minutes to put on a wrap, I don't really think you want to lose weight. And guys, that was me. I was too lazy to wrap. That, like, as sad as it sounds. And I had lost that excitement for the products. And then the keto coffee comes in. So, like, I feel like the keto coffee, and then now the rest of the keto line, like, it literally set my soul on fire. Like, I feel like I felt back in 2013 when I was that brand new distributor, I was praying to God, please send me that fire that I had in the beginning. Like, because I had lost it. I had lost that spark. I had lost that passion, that excitement. And for the veterans on the Zoom today, that might be you. You might be like, well, I just can't get excited anymore. Like, maybe I was a one-hit wonder. I never thought I was a one-hit wonder, because I thought I was like, if I did it once, I'll do it again. I could do it again, but I just need to find something that I love. I am like, everybody that I'm signing up is on the keto pack. The ketones and the coffee and the other stuff, that stuff is like seriously gold. So for your customers to be excited, and for your distributors, you want to make sure that they're trying the stuff, because then they don't have to sell. Then it's just, their passion comes through. My cousin was doing hair, skin, and nails for a while, and I had been doing hair, skin, and nails, but I wasn't consistent. Sorry. I wasn't consistent, and I saw her results. And when I started doing hair, skin, and nails, my hair grew 2.5 inches in 2 weeks. I was like, oh my God. And like right now, I tell my cousin all the time, I'm like, we seriously have like the best products on the market. Like, it's so exciting. So I would just say, you have to go back to passion. You have to go back to excitement, and find, for that distributor, find something that they're excited about. Because if they can't get excited, if they want to get all the answers, I mean, it's not going to work very well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because people don't want information. They just want to know what you love, right? They don't need all the ingredients. They don't need the how-to. They just want to know, what do you love? When you can share what you love, they're going to buy it every time.
And you know, right now that you said that, this is something that I got from Chad, where he said, facts tell, stories sell. I never give facts. You would not remember what kind of ingredient is on there. When I was new, I'm very like confident when I speak. I've never lost that. Like, I could like, you know, say whatever, and I'll have people believe me. And when because I've never been like, to this day, I don't even know the ingredients. I'm not even gonna lie and tell you guys that I do. I was like if they ask me, oh, what's in, oh, hold on, girl, let me get you a picture of the ingredients, and I would tell them, like, here's your answer. I remember once I walked into this appointment, it was full of pharmacists and doctors. I was like, oh, hell no, I cannot lie my way out of like this one, pretending that I know the stuff. And whenever they would ask me something, oh my God, that's a great question. Let me finish this up, but I'm gonna send you the ingredients. So I wouldn't answer it on the spot, because that would give me time to think about what I was gonna say. And then I've always remember that from Chad, where he says, facts tell, stories sell. I never ever give them, because people really don't care about the facts. They just want to care. They just want to question you to see if you know, if you are confident in what you're talking about. So I tell them, oh my God, girl, like, I'll figure out who I'm talking to, and oh my God, my cousin had a C-section. Like, let's say the lady tells me I had a C-section. My cousin had a C-section. Girl, her stomach is flat. Like, she literally did a treatment and she couldn't believe her eyes. I will tell them a story of somebody that I know that has similar results based on who I'm based on the conversation that I'm having. And when I tell them that story, they kind of are like, well, I want to have those kind of results. Mm-hmm. And you know, and that's what I do all the time, and that works for us.
Oh, that's so good. And you know, that's one of the reasons, like, I know there's probably a lot of people that are like, well, I don't have these stories. Where do I get these stories? You get these stories from Team Zooms. You get these stories from the Monday night Show Me the Money call. You get these stories from going to One Team One missions and boot camps and all these other things that we have available to you, but you have to show up in order to get those stories. So, okay, let's say you're a brand new distributor and well, first of all, we never wait for our kit, right? I see that a lot. I'm going to wait for my kit before I start talking to people. Well, that's the biggest mistake ever, right? Because you're not making money as soon as your kit gets there. There's nothing magical in your kit. However, your kit shows up. Maybe you want to do a party. If you're a brand new distributor, all you have is what's in your kit. You don't really know anything about anything. how are you going to get people to show up at your house? Like I don't know, within 2 or 3 days of getting your kit in order to have a party, in order to make money. And then how are you going to get those people to sign up as customers or distributors?
So what I tell my brand new distributors is like, if they're my personally enrolled or whoever they are, like me as your leader, I do tell them like, you know what, and have the party, invite your guests there. I'm going to bring the stuff. If she's hosting a party, that's how I built to triple. And I'll touch into that. I'm not the messaging type of girl. I promoted to triple through wrap parties. All the way up to me going triple, I never messaged one person. So when the messaging came in, like for me, it kind of like, I was like, I don't do this. Like, how do I build my business? Like, I want to do wrap parties. Because for me, I used to enroll a lot of customers, so I had a ton of wrap rewards. I don't mind spending $6 like on one wrap to wrap somebody. So if I have my brand new distributor, I want to make sure that I give that distributor a win. I've been in the industry before, and there was a term called tap rooting. Tap rooting is when you find somebody through somebody else. So on my brand new distributor, let's say this person is brand new. I'm going to be like, hey, girl, like, let's have a party. I'm going to bring the stuff so your friends and family can see and everything. And I talk it up and I get her all excited. And it's like, they're going to see the results and everything. I could either wrap you, we could wrap one of your guests, whatever you want. And once we get everybody wrapped there and ready to go, guess what? That distributor already has our customers. And I'm not leaving that party till I book another party. It's like, hey, ladies, who wants to wrap for free? Or who would like to get some free product? Get me some customers, especially in the Latino area. That's what they do. Some lady told me a week ago that I went to a party. I went to the rapper, and she's like, "Oh my God, I just had a wrap party for a party for Princess House. The Crystal company. I had a party for Princess House, and I sold like $700." I was like, "Oh, girl, you need to do that here." Like, I was like, "You need to invite all those friends, and you need to bring them to this party." But because they offer them gifts, they get like, "Oh, if you sell so and so, you're gonna get this." I was like, "You give me a $700 sale, and I'm gonna give you your fit 30 that you want for free." So just bring me the people. So that's how we get them excited. And I tell them like, okay, I give them two choices. I'm sitting down with them. They haven't gotten their kit. I do a lot of one-on-ones, or like even through an online party. Okay, girl, do you want to build your business fast, or do you want to build it slow? Do you want to wait? Do you want to let a week go by before you get your kit, or do you want to get started right now? And I'm still using Jerry's first 72-hour challenge. And then for me also, like what I do with them is, if you get 4 customers within those first 72 hours, I'll get you a shirt or I'll get you something. I get them a little something just to help them win, because I want to get them those wins. Most distributors, guys, they're not going to last very long. My goal is to find somebody through that distributor before that distributor quits. Because if they quit, we as leaders didn't do our job. We're not networking through the business. Guys, this is really embarrassing. My very first year, I'm not a top enroller type of girl. This is what I do. My very first year in the business, I think I personally recruited 30 people in 1 year. That is not a lot of people. And most of those people came in when I was going double diamond, within those first 90 days of being in the business. How I built to triple was at every single wrap party that I went to, that was my motto. Like, okay, you need to bring me somebody before you quit. I feel like I'm treating everybody like I believe in you, but I also think that you could quit tomorrow. So before you quit tomorrow, I need to make sure that I have somebody through you. And that's how I built a massive team through wrap party. Who do you know? Now also, whether it's I do a lot of face-to-face, but whether it's Zoom or something else, I make sure that we get that I don't tell them hundreds list in the beginning, because sometimes they get scared. I do the 30s list. Let's get 30 people on the books. Like, okay. And I help them message those people. I tell them like, okay, well, this is what you're going to say. But if that person quits, I want to make sure that they've already put me on 3-way calls, that we're already on chats, that their people are already following me on Facebook. Because if this person walks away, and this is if you can do a wrap party, because I know some of you guys are online. If that person walks away, you already tapped into some of their network. And that's how you grow a business. And it's not like getting people through them. No. If you tap into their people, and let's say somebody is a rock star, you could bring that person back, because so many people go through the self-doubt where they believe in themselves right now, and then you sign up just like I did. I signed up and I had all these fears of like, what do I do now? Like, do I quit? Or like Noelle said, maybe I'm not cut out for this. So my job is like, I need to make sure that you win. I need to make sure that you either have that free product, that you're either like in the 400 club, that you either got a wrap reward, because if not, guess what? I'm going to lose you within that very first month. So I want to make sure that we are getting them some kind of win. And for those parties, yeah, that's what I do, is just like get the party, I get them all hyped up, and you guys have the online party every Friday. So there's always something to plug people in. And I know Noelle's really good at doing the scripts because I get all my scripts from her. You know, at putting all that stuff out there. So that's kind of like what we do in our team.
Your team is so different. Like, and just like you said, you didn't have to message anybody till you went triple. I didn't have to message anybody till presidential, up to presidential. Like, what we do now is very different because of just people's skepticism. I mean, I feel like people are just overly skeptical, which is just amazing. I was actually at the hospital today, and Dusty was having a procedure done, and, you know, he had asked for coffee but didn't want the coffee they had at the hospital, and she was like, well, what kind of coffee do you want? And he's like, well, I want bulletproof coffee. And she's like, oh, bulletproof coffee. And he's like, yeah, have you heard of that? And she's like, yeah, I've heard of it. And he was like, have you heard of like the ketogenic diet? And she was like, yeah, I'm not interested in anything to do with that. And I'm like, you're a nurse. And I was like, really? Because there's a lot of doctors that are recommending this lifestyle. And she was like, that's not something that interests me. And I'm like, well, I don't know what it is. Like, just different people have different thoughts about different things regarding natural lifestyle changes, you know, supplementation, different things like that. And because certain people are so against it, I feel like it rubs off on everyone. So it's our job to like change that, because Mary, if I'm talking to you and maybe I'm super skeptical, I'm going to be like, oh, what does she have? Because she seems to be pretty excited about what she has, and she's had results from what she has. So tell me more. Like, it's just because you exude so much confidence in what you have, I'm not going to want to know what you have. But it's just, your team is just so different because you do parties. And I love that you guys just party. And you said you weren't even a top enroller and you went double diamond in 4 months. That's absolutely amazing.
And that was just through finding people through my people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I feel like rap parties were my thing. Last year, I had like a lot of like setbacks and everything where nobody was booking parties. And so this is what, now I want to like just share something with, because for the veterans that are on here, and maybe your social media and you want to tap into parties, or maybe you feel like whatever worked for you, like Noelle said, whatever worked for us back then wasn't necessarily working. There's just like a new thing. I feel, guys, I genuinely feel this like in my heart. Like I told you guys, my soul is on fire right now. And I am like, I got that love for It Works all over again because of the products. Why? Because I feel like a lot of people, especially a lot of network marketing companies and a lot of people that follow us, they saw us like that, like the underdogs, like, you know, Mark said, like, oh, you guys do the rap, kind of like we're a joke kind of thing. Like, you guys say, you know, you guys tell people that you could just slap on a rap. Like, we had that bad rap as a company. Like, you're telling people like you're not to be healthy, not to go the healthy way. Like, I mean, they don't know, they're ignorant, but you know, they still say something. I have so many people, so because of the 1%ers Club and all that stuff, and I see everybody with their 50 enrollments, and I'm like, well, here am I with my 4 enrollments, but it's okay. And this is what happened, guys. I was questioning myself. So maybe you guys have such a like kick butt team. I know you guys have a ton of top enrollers and everything, but there's might be somebody on here that you're not a top enroller and you're asking yourself, do I fit into this community? I'm not like the rest of the others. And that's how I felt. And you know what? I just like last week that this happened, I had to do some soul searching, and I said, Mary, enough. Chad gave us this book called Unstoppable. And I started reading that. And that's by Tim Grover, who was the trainer for Michael Jordan. Yes, that one. That book, literally, like, if you need your soul to be on fire, you guys need to read that book. Like Jamie said, one of my goals this year was I want to read a book a month. Like, I was an epic fail all the way up to, like, we're in March, and I hadn't read anything because I was so busy. Well, I could have, but I chose not to. So what I did is I started reading the first 2 or 3 chapters, and I was obsessed with the book where I had to buy it on Audible. So now when I clean my house or I do whatever, I'm still listening to it. I'm the type of person that I can't have you be nice to me. I need you to be like cutthroat, tell me like it is kind of thing, so I could get my stuff together. So when I heard him, I was like, oh, hell no, I'm such a poser. Like, I've been operating like such a poser status, and here I am trying to go presidential. I was like, enough, Mary. Like stop with the comparison. You're not a top enroller. Stop trying to be a top enroller, because then I'm only over here with my 2 enrollments, and I see, oh, Brooke is on like number 54. So, you know, that would make me feel some type of way because you're comparing yourself. So I had to go back and say, Mary, what got you to Triple Diamond in the first place. And it was personal development and wrap parties. And I told myself, go back and do the thing that you already know how to do, because in the book he tells you, you don't need me to tell you what to do. You already know what to do. You just need to get your stuff together and go do it. And I was like, oh my God, that's so true. So, and then through to messaging, this is something that I posted the other day, and this is for everybody on here. You need to crave the end result so badly that the work is irrelevant. I was like, Mary, you don't like messaging? Get over your freaking self. Like, get over yourself. You're going to have to do it. Otherwise, that promotion that you want is never coming. Whatever you got, all of us here, we might not like wrap parties. We might not like something, whatever. We might not like a lot of things. But if we're so focused on, I was so focused on, like, oh my God, I don't want to message. Like, oh, like my life sucks because I have to message. I'm never going to do it. So I said, you know what, get over it and do it. Guys, the moment, because some of you guys on here, if you just want your business to go to another level, you need to change your mindset. And all it is changing something right now that says, I'm going to do it. That literally happened last Wednesday. On Thursday, I said, get over yourself. I signed up a distributor. Saturday, I had like 8 appointments. Like, I literally worked from 8 in the morning till like 8 o'clock at night, because in that book, he has a term called cleaner. And this is where this is where the elites go. This is where, like, you can't just go for Noelle, I'm pretty sure for her and Jamie to go presidential. They didn't do just what the average people were doing. It's like relentless work. Because I remember what it took for me to get to Triple Diamond. We've done that. Like, you need to get that altitude, and some of us want that $5,000 bonus, and we just think it's magically gonna come, like, without putting in the effort. And I tell a lot of my distributors that still have jobs, if you were to ask your boss tomorrow to give you a $5,000 bonus, what would they tell you? What would you have to do at your current job right now to get that $5,000 bonus? That doesn't even exist. And then we want to work this business for an hour or two a day, and we demand a $5,000 bonus, and we're upset when it doesn't happen. Or we want to message 10 people. If you, like, you guys, we have malls everywhere, so I don't know where everybody's at, but if you have a mall, look at the people that sell straightening irons, and they stop you like, hey girl, come here, I'll do your hair. I got stopped by one of the girls, and because I'm nice, I was like, oh yeah, do my hair, because I was trying to recruit her. And I asked her, because this girl got so rejected and like nastily rejected. I was like, hey girl, like, how many no's do you get a day? She was like, oh, like 300 to 500. I was like, oh my God, my team is like about to die with 5. Like, and you guys are getting 300 to 500. And guys, you know what? She does that for $11 an hour. It's crazy. I did.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, this is way easier than that.
Yeah, no, she signed up, but she didn't do anything. So, because and for me, it's like, how can you go work all these hours for somebody else and get 300 no's? And when it comes to building your own business, you get 30 no's and you're out of the game. Mm-hmm. Like, it makes no sense. And it goes back to mindset. So when I shifted my mindset, guys, I feel like everything changed. If you go back on my page for the past 2 weeks, my energy wasn't there. No matter what, my energy wasn't there. I just wasn't feeling it. And then my ketones arrived. I kid you not, that stuff makes me happy. Like, I am like, I cannot believe I get paid to drink a coffee that makes me skinny, and it's like coffee. Who doesn't like coffee and burns fat? Like, literally, I'm sipping the drink, and I'm like, I'm making money, I'm burning fat, I'm getting skinny, winning. So,
I want to join your team now. See how easy that is? I can't believe I get paid to do this for real. Can I join your team, Mary? Because that sounds like fun.
No, it's crazy. Like, you just have to, like, love the products, fall in love, make a shift in your mind that, you know what, stop and focus. Everybody here, you're good at something. You promoted to executive, ruby, diamond, emerald, whatever you promoted to, something got you there. So why did you stop? And it's just like, I had to, like, have blinders on. Like, some of the chats I had to mute, and I had to be like, you know what? Forget what everybody else is doing. When you started, you had no idea who anybody in Networks was. So I wasn't comparing myself to anybody. I stopped my success when I got to Double Diamond and I started meeting everybody else. That's when I stopped working. That's when it stopped. Like, I stopped producing, because the I was like, oh, she did it in 3 months? What? Like, I suck. I did it in 4 months. So that, that stopped me for so many years, guys. And it took me 3 years to realize that. So please don't do that. Have blinders on. Stay in your lane. Stop looking left. Stop looking right. I had to unfollow everybody that I was following from Networks because it was just depressing me. And I was like, well, Mary, go do your thing. Kid you not, for the past, I had signed up only 2 people in the whole month. Then I got my ketones on Sunday. And then I went to work out. I've signed up 5 loyal customers up to today and 2 distributors, and I have 3 more people coming in. That's just out of 2 videos that I did today and yesterday. 2 videos. Why? Because when I post now, when I do the videos, people feel my passion. And now a lot of those people that thought we were like a joke of a company, one last thing that I want to leave you guys with is keto is a huge movement. Some people don't like it, but it's a huge movement. It's everywhere. It's like the trending, like it's a new it thing. I literally have people like, oh my God, you do keto now? This girl, I have been trying to get her to sign up as a distributor for 4 years. And she's like, it's keto. Oh, sign me up. Like, where's your website? Like, just sign me up. Like, she's ready to go because so many people are on that keto life. And guess what? I do love the wrap and I still promote the wrap and everything. But now my bread and butter is going to be that keto line because I feel like athletes, anybody that's in the gym, and like anybody who doesn't want energy, like it's just insane. It Works has this thing that says 400 million cups of coffee are consumed every single day. 400 million cups of coffee. Again, that's 400 million cups of coffee. We sell coffee that burns fat and makes you young. Mm-hmm. If we can't sell that, like, I don't know if we need to be out of business or something. Like, so I feel like we got that energy back. I feel like the company's going to be a lot more respected because now it's not just, I have not had a client that doesn't like the coffee. That coffee is like gold. I feel like that's the best product that they could have probably came out with. And like, I'm obsessed with it. And because I have that obsession, guys, I sleep 3 hours a day. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to be at the gym by 5 o'clock in the morning. And when I was at the gym, I couldn't finish my workouts. And you know what? The little keto go, like even my cousin was like, are you okay? Like I finished my workout. I was dripping in sweat. I lost 8 pounds in the last week. Crazy things that it's just like, oh my God, like ketos are like
so good. Oh my gosh. I hope you guys got like 5,000 pages of notes because Mary just left you with at least 10 mic drop ahas that you totally use to just propel your business from this point forward. So you guys need to go and you need to go show her some massive love on her Facebook page. Thank her for being here tonight because I'm pretty sure that you just lit a fire in every single person. You completely re-inspired me for real. Keto coffee, totally my new favorite product. And the Keto Go is no joke. Like the first time I took it, I swear I was up till 3 a.m. and I was still running. I was just like, holy cow. Like that stuff is no joke.
The products are so good. And just last thing real quick. I went through some massive personal issues last year, like horrible personal issues. And like it really took a hit on my business. It really took a hit on me. I was depressed. So if there's any of you out here you're depressed and you're like, I would wake up and I had no energy to do anything. I just wanted the day to be over. I just wanted to cry all day long and everything. Nobody ever saw that on my social media because we have to be positive. But I felt like, and then I felt like everybody's winning around me. We're supposed to be running. It's the beginning of the year, and I cannot physically get myself to do anything. My blood pressure was through the roof. I was hospitalized twice, almost for a stroke at my age, like crazy status. And they put me on anxiety meds. I took the meds. I felt like a loony person. Like it was just crazy. I came back. I started taking Confianza. Confianza saved my life. Like I rejected all of their meds. And then you know what? I listened to a lot of like T.D. Jakes, the pastor, and Stephen Furtick, and like those people like literally speak life into me. If you're going through some kind of something, the reason why I'm still here to tell you guys a story after everything I went through, eventually you'll find out. It's because of all the personal development I pour into myself literally all day long because we are in a brutal business. We get rejected all the time. We go through the emotional roller coaster. So with my blood pressure, I was on greens chews like they were candy. You know how it says 2 a day? I was taking 8 a day. 8 a day, the greensberry. I was taking Confianza. Guys, I'm off all my meds for the moment I changed my mindset last week that I was like, you know what? I'm letting everything go. I'm going to go kick butt in my business. I'm going to go do what I do best and go inspire people and go talk to people and go change the world. And that day, last Thursday, my entire business shifted. So you're one decision away. If you're depressed, it's because you want to continue to be depressed. You have to figure out, like, focus on the glass half full. Like, what are you looking forward to? And again, the greens juice saved my life. And because I went to the doctor and they told me that I couldn't have keto coffee, I was like, oh no, like I was like, I refuse to have high blood pressure. Like, I just refuse the illness. I will not stop having coffee. They were like, if you keep the caffeine, does your heart, like, it gives you a higher heart rate. I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to continue to drink my coffee. Guys, my blood pressure it's good. The moment I decided, my business took a change. So again, you guys are just one decision away. If everything that I had going on and I was still able to like bounce back and like I'm here. And if you have been through like hell and back, all kinds of setbacks and everything, all that's just gonna push you. I feel like everything I went through, it was to reignite that fire that I needed. Like it was to reignite me as a person, as a leader. I have the same passion that I had back in 2013, and it took all of that happening to me. So whatever it is that you guys have gone through, stop thinking like, oh my God, poor me, I've been through all this. Think of like, oh my God, look at everything I went through. Look at everything that God did through me. Look at the leader that I am today. Look at the person that I am today. Look at the strength that I have. And utilize that to build your business to take you to the next level. Because now looking back, and this is just 6 months ago, I could say, I'm glad everything, like even though like it almost took me out, I was like, I'm glad everything, I had to go through all of that because the fire and the joy and the happiness that I feel right now is worth everything. So I just wanted to leave you guys with that because I don't know if there's somebody struggling with depression or with feeling some type of way. Like there is hope. There is hope, and all you have to do is just decide that you're over it and you're going to change your life.
So good. You're amazing. I love you. Thanks so much for being on tonight.
You're welcome.
Okay, you guys. Well, we will see you back here next Tuesday night. Have an amazing week. Bye.